This business is strongly based on sustainable values, which is the change that I saw needed to happen. Our view, which goes through our foundation as well, is that every one person and every one company can make a difference. My name's Peri Drysdale and I started this company grand summer 41 years ago. And it started out as a very little humble domestic hand knit story around 1, 2 and 3-year-olds. And my idea was to add value to New Zealand's primary product. So when you're in your 20s you think you can do anything, and I thought, well, let's just see if we can add a little bit of value to our wool. And then I wanted to wrap around those items our country values, you know, clean clear water, blue skies, green grass, and this beautiful relaxed open culture and lifestyle. So when I first started to think about this trouble that this little planet is in, I figured, well, what can we do? You know, we're just a tiny little company at the bottom of the world. And then eventually I started to realise that actually every change does make a difference. We never stop learning. We're constantly learning about how to make the business more sustainable. Becoming B Corp was part of that. Always thinking about how we can make better garments so they last longer, are more versatile, so you need less in your wardrobe, for example. We don't use synthetics. We use wool, cotton, other natural fibres, because synthetics come from oil, and oil fibres eventually find their way into the ecosystem. So if you wash a domestic machine load of synthetic fibres, you'll get around about 700,000 microfibres flushing out into the system. Our operation is zero waste, pretty much zero waste. And we manufacture here so that we can keep an eye on what's happening through the process of our garments. Manufacturing locally gives you greater control over how much you make. We haven't burnt or buried a single garment in 40 years, but offshore there's millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of garments being burnt or buried every year. So that's huge. This allows us to make sure that we can deliver to our workers just a fantastic place to work. We send them off for a walk every day in company time. They get to see the garments that they've worked on in a wee fashion parade, which we had last Tuesday. We engage the whole company in sustainability. So it's just a very supportive place for these people to live and work. We took this building on, it was our second building after we moved the business out from home, and it's just grown with us. It's got lots of light and lots of sun. One of the bits that we really like about the building is having a cafe here. Food's amazing, and there's the outdoor area that we'll go and have meetings in. So we like that, and we like having the retail store on site so we can hear what customers are saying. You know, we've got great proximity to what's actually happening to the end customer, and that I think helps make us better, makes our designers more on target, and accelerates the development of our collections. We love this logo because it's woven by Māori, and they used to put these together to prophesy the future. They would fly them, and depending on how they moved in the air currents, they would make decisions about what they were going to do. So for us it was like a really lovely metaphor between a natural material, a creative art, and a freedom, a soaring of spirit, which is what we wanted to capture. We're already in, so obviously Australia's like a domestic market for us, it's a really good market for us. The USA is becoming our next biggest market. We actually sell our garments via online, I think, to about 49 different countries. So we've been a bit lucky to have been adopted, I could say, by the likes of Bill Clinton, who's been really helpful, Barack Obama. Yeah, we've had a lot of quite high-profile people jumping on and helping us. One of the very important things about being in New Zealand is that we can control the quality, number one, the environmental inputs and outputs, and the social inputs and outputs, how we manage our people. And that's very, very hard to find internationally. But we're always very focused on quality, like ridiculously focused on quality. But we know that we have to be, because that's the way to make garments last and make people proud to wear them and keep wearing them. We're just going to keep growing the business, but it's not just about growth. It was one of the things that upset me early on, was that no one could talk about anything about how big businesses were or what the GDP of a country was. There was no conversation about what was happening to the planet and the people on the way through to get those numbers. So we'll definitely keep growing. We are making a difference. I know we're making a difference, and that we're making a difference to people internally here.